Do you want to learn how to play and understand music using nothing but your ear? This is a learnable skill, and I've got the resources to put you on the right path. Welcome to Epic Ear Training. Please welcome our host, marginally celebrated local earfluencer, Joe Leaguers. Yay. Hey there, this is Joe Leaguers from the Joe Leaguers Music Academy, and this is my new show, Epic Ear Training. I wanted to quickly point out that there are two editions of this show, the video edition and the podcast edition. There's nothing essential missing from the podcast edition, but the point of the video edition is that anytime you're like, what the heck is this guy talking about? You can just look at the screen and see the notation displayed and the notes on a keyboard, as well as a reminder of what we're doing with each exercise. If you're looking for the other edition of this show, just search Joe Leaguers Music Academy or Epic Ear Training on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. My last name is Luegers. I'm using the same exact audio for each version, so if you're listening to the podcast version and I mention something about the video or vice versa, feel free to get mad about it. Also, if you're watching the video version on the release day, I'm intending for the podcast to come out on the same day, but I'm less experienced with how that works, so I can't guarantee that there won't be a little bit of a delay for this first episode. From what I understand, a lot of shows start with some light-hearted small talk to humanize the hosts. I'm famously bad at small talk, and I don't have a co-host, so I'll let you say something first and I'll just react to it. Go ahead. Haha, that's great, buddy. And that concludes the lighthearted small talk segment of the show. My plan for these episodes is to basically follow the same format each time. I'll briefly talk about a concept, and then I'll give you 3 exercises that get progressively more difficult for you to practice that concept. Each exercise, or earxercise as I call them, will be about 15 minutes long, which in my opinion is about the ideal length of time to practice a foundational skill like ear training. You're not going to improve your ear by listening to 4 hours of intervals one day, but rather through daily small steps forward. I'd even suggest not listening to this whole podcast in one sitting. Do the first exercise, then stop. A day or so later, move on to the next exercise if you're ready, or repeat the first exercise if you need extra practice, and so on. That being said, I wouldn't repeat an exercise too many times. Music is often learned best through something called a spiral curriculum. It's not a straight line where you master one skill and then move on to another. Rather, you'll find yourself constantly spiraling back to those same skills and gradually building on them. Learning intervals will help you learn melodies by ear, but learning melodies by ear will also help you get better at intervals. Everything feeds into each other. Melodic dictation will improve your harmonic dictation, but harmonic dictation will make melodic dictation feel a lot easier. My whole point is not to get stuck in one place. I can't tell you how many musicians I've had to beat up because they insist on mastering intervals before attempting sight singing or dictation. That's not how it works, Brad. One more thing about these lessons. Much of my content on YouTube is sequential, where you start with the first lesson and then move on to the second one, but this series is very much intended to be the opposite. In all of these episodes, there will be an easy, intermediate, and difficult exercise so that you can do these in any order and revisit them in the future. Plus, the more you revisit these lessons, the more ad revenue I get. The more experience you get. I wasn't supposed to read that last part out loud, but I'll take it out in editing later. Let's get this out of the way now. Improving your ear is absolutely possible for the overwhelming majority of musicians. I've taught elementary music at the K through 5th grade level, classical guitar at the collegiate level, and private lessons to all ages. Out of the thousands of students I've seen, I'm not sure I can think of a single one who showed zero improvement after putting in at least a little bit of effort. I'm not going to pretend that everybody progresses at the same rate. In the end, though, it's really just not worth worrying about. Don't spend your energy thinking, maybe I'm tone deaf and should just stop. Instead, focus your energy on making small improvements that will build up over a long period of time. There was a time in my life where I couldn't learn music by ear, and now 20 years later, I'm fairly good at it. It's not uncommon for me to get busy with my family and end up learning the music by ear in the car on the way to a rehearsal. And no, I do not have perfect pitch. In retrospect, it's really weird to see how people worry that they are incapable of improving as a musician. It's a skill, and it's a hard skill. Wouldn't it be weird if other professions had the same attitude? One of my favorite stories about the author Stephen King is that anytime someone tells him that they wish they could be a writer, he tells them that he wishes he could be a brain surgeon. You won't develop the skills to be a brain surgeon after watching a few videos on YouTube. Trust me on that one. But don't ask me too many questions about it. This intro has gone on a little bit longer than I intended, but hopefully you'll forgive me since it's the first episode. Now, where should we begin with our ear training? The gateway drug that gets a lot of people into oral skills is intervals, or measuring the distance between two notes with your ear. I am not going to start there. Identifying intervals is a useful skill, but it's honestly pretty far from the most useful skill you can have. The absolute most transformative thing for my ear was when I learned how to measure everything I'm hearing against the tonic or resting note of a song. If you tell me what key a song is in, I can fairly quickly name every single pitch that I'm hearing, and I normally don't even think about intervals once while I'm doing this. Instead, I use the tonic as a point on a map to continually measure my location from. In case you didn't know, most Western music, or even a lot of non-Western music, is tonal. Tonal music organizes the melodies and chords around a single resting pitch, known as the tonic. In the key of C, the tonic is C. In the key of G, the tonic is G, and so on. The cool thing about this is that if you've heard music before, which I assume you have, your ear has already been taught to expect this, regardless of whether or not you know the vocabulary. I'm going to play a melody which ends on the tonic. Listen to it and see if you can feel the sense of closure and resolution that this tonic note brings. It feels like it's over, right? Now I'll play the same melody, but this time I'll alter things a bit so that it doesn't end on the tonic. Did that feel a little bit unfinished to you? Like it was supposed to keep going but didn't? Here, have a resolution on me. Ah, that's better. This same concept is generally true for the chords of a song. If a song is in the key of C major, the first chord is probably C major, and the last chord is almost definitely C major. Listen to a chord progression that starts and ends on the tonic chord. Do you once again feel that sense of relief? Now, just like the melody, I will alter the chords to end with more tension and not end on the tonic chord. Isn't that kind of infuriating to stop there? With tonal music, our ears relate everything back to the tonic. Even non-musicians can hear this, because all the tonal music we've heard in our lives set up these expectations. Ear training in music theory is honestly just labeling the things that we've already become subconsciously aware of. The exercise portion of our lesson today will practice our ability to feel how all of the notes in a major key relate back to the tonic. And before you ask, tonal music does not have to be in a major key, but today we will be focusing on major tonalities. Once you've learned how to identify major scale degrees, learning what the minor scale degrees feel like is just a matter of slightly adjusting what you already know. The tonic is also known as scale degree 1 or Do if you are using movable solfege. Solfege is a fantastic thing, but I generally avoid using it because the United States uses a different version than much of Europe. And I'm already sick of an entire continent's worth of people telling me that I'm using solfege incorrectly, so we'll just stick to scale degree numbers for now. There are 7 unique scale degrees in a major scale, regardless of what octave you're playing it in, which can be labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then back to 1 where the notes begin to repeat. All of these scale degrees have their own unique names, but I don't want to overwhelm you just yet, so let's just think of them as numbers for now. Now, this is where a lot of music theory content creators would stop. Basically, they say a bunch of interesting facts and then go, well, good luck with that. I'm not just any music theory content creator. I'm the 5th best ear training YouTuber from Southern Indiana, baby. This whole introduction is nothing but potatoes, but here comes the meat of why we're here. It doesn't really matter if you theoretically understand music if you can't actually hear those concepts in action. The next 3 exercises will test your deep understanding of how music relates back to the tonic and give you a resource for continual improvement and practice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some exercises. Level 1. Easy exercises for whittle babies. I will play a scale and a chord progression to establish the key for your ears, followed by a low sustained tonic drone to really hammer that key home. Over the top of that drone, I'll play a series of notes which walk up or down the scale to get to scale degree 1 or the tonic. I want you to name the scale degrees that you heard the piano playing. While these instructions might sound complicated, this exercise really just comes down to counting. If I play 3 notes moving down, the answer will be 3, 2, 1. If you hear 5 notes moving down, the answer will be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you hear a single pitch, then the answer would simply be scale degree 1. When the notes move up instead of down, you have to reverse your counting a bit. If you hear 2 notes moving up, the answer wouldn't be 1, 2, because remember for this exercise, the examples always end on 1. It would be 7, 1. If you hear 4 notes moving up, the answer would be 5, 6, 7, 1. The first 10 questions will be in the key of C major, and the last 10 questions will jump around between random keys. It would be a great idea to score yourself out of 10 for each set of questions. And don't be surprised if you do better on the first 10 questions than the last 10. It can strain our ears to constantly adjust to new keys, but you do get used to it. Once you do a few questions, I think you'll find that these exercises are incredibly easy. If so, I still wouldn't recommend skipping ahead to the intermediate level. Hearing and thinking through all of these scale degree patterns is meant to set your ear up for success for the next level, which features quite a big jump in difficulty. So what's the point of all of this? We are practicing our musical imagery, or the ability to visualize notes in your head as they move up and down the major scale, eventually resolving to the tonic. To maximize your success, you really need to know at least one major scale that you can visualize in your head as you listen. Technically, it doesn't even matter what key you're thinking in because scale degree numbers are like a universal translator. 3, 2, 1 in the key of C would be E, D, C, and in the key of G, it's B, A, G. The letters move around and change for each key, but the scale degree numbers stay the same. That being said, I'll give you bonus points if you can name the actual pitches being played. If you're not comfortable with your major scales just yet, luckily for you, the internet exists and there are thousands of free resources to learn them. I've also made a very accessible guide to learning the piano major scales, which comes with a link to a play-along practice video. This is available to download for members of my free newsletter. Even if you're not a piano player, using the notes of a keyboard to visualize a key is incredibly useful for all musicians because the instrument is just so linear. I'll put the download link in the show notes or the video description. One more quick note, if you're using the YouTube version of this lesson, the answers will be on the screen from the start, just in case you need to watch the sheet music or the piano for a few examples until you kind of get a feel for what's going on. If you don't want to see the answers, just don't look at the screen. I know, not staring at a screen is pretty hard, but I believe in you. Question 1. The key of C major. Answer 4, 3, 2, 1, or F, E, D, C. Question 2. The key of C major. Answer 3, 2, 1, or EDC. Question 3. The key of C major. Answer 1 or C. Question 4. The key of C major. Answer 2-1 or DC. Question 5. The key of C major. Answer 6-7-1 or ABC. Question 6. The key of C major. Answer 2-1 or DC. Question 7. The key of C major. Answer 4-3-2-1 or FEDC. Question 8. The key of C major. Answer 6-7-1 or ABC. Question 9. The key of C major. Answer 5671 or GABC. Question 10. The key of C major. Answer scale degree 1 or C. Question 11. The key of A major. Answer 321 or C sharp B A. Question 12. The key of G major. Answer 7-1 or F sharp G. Question 13. The key of B major. Answer 321 or D sharp C sharp B. Question 14. The key of A flat major. Answer 2-1 or B flat A flat. Question 15. The key of D major. Answer 4-3-2-1 or G F sharp E D. Question 16. The key of B flat major. Answer 7-1 or A, B flat. Question 17. The key of E flat major. Answer 5-4-3-2-1 or B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat. Question 18. The key of E major. Answer scale degree 1 or E. Question 19. The key of D flat major. Answer 5-6-7-1 or A flat, B flat, C, D flat. Question 20. The key of F major. Answer 7-1 or E, F. Level 2, Intermediate Exercises for Almost Mediocre Musicians. I'm hoping that the first exercise wasn't too difficult once you wrapped your head around my admittedly convoluted instructions. If you missed more than 5 or so questions, I would suggest repeating the exercise because Level 2 builds upon the previous one. I will once again play a series of chords and a drone to establish the key, then a single pitch will be played over the top of that drone. I'd like you to identify the scale degree that the piano is playing. If it sounds like the same pitch as the drone, the answer would be scale degree 1, or the tonic. If the piano note doesn't match the drone, then it could be any other scale degree, and there are several ways to arrive at a correct answer. The first method that I would like you to try is to imitate what the piano was doing back in level 1. Can you imagine the piano moving up or down the scale to get back to the tonic? For example, if you hear this, think this. Then you have your answer, which is scale degree 7. If you can't imagine the notes moving, can you sing them? If you can't sing it, can you find the pitch on your instrument and then work out where it exists in the given scale? If you can't do that, your last resort is to use the video edition and just watch the screen while you actively listen to and absorb these 20 examples. Another technique you could use is to have a song in mind that you can sing for each scale degree. You can easily Google different examples, but I'll list off one for each scale degree now that I like to use. Scale degree 1, or the tonic, is the first note in Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which is also the alphabet song. Scale degree 2, or the supertonic, is the first note in the Beatles song Yesterday. Scale degree 3, or the mediant, is the first note in Mary Had a Little Lamb. Scale degree 4, or the subdominant, is the first note in the song Everything is Awesome from the Lego Movie. I know this is a weird example, but it's the most memorable for me because it really hits that fourth scale degree over and over. Scale degree 5, or the dominant, is the first note in the Christmas carol Silent Night. Scale degree 6, or the submediant, is the first note in Let It Go from the Disney movie Frozen. Scale degree 7, or the leading tone, is the first note in Christmas Time Is Here from A Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, this example works, but I personally think it's better to identify the scale degree by its inherent tension. Can you feel how the 7 really wants to pull up and resolve to the tonic? If you suspect that you're hearing a particular scale degree, try singing one of these tunes to see if it fits. I will also speak the technical fancy pants name for each answer as we go, so you can start to passively absorb the terminology and eventually use those words yourself to look smart. Now, if none of the techniques I listed actually works for you quite yet, don't panic. These skills take repetition and mindful practice. Question 1. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 2, the supertonic, or D. Question 2. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 4, the subdominant, or F. Question 3. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 3, the mediant, or E. Question 4. the key of C major. Answer: scale degree 6, the submediant, or A. Question 5, the key of C major. Answer: scale degree 1, the tonic, or C. Question 6, the key of C major. Answer: scale degree 5, the dominant, or G. Question 7, the key of C major. Answer: scale degree 7, the leading tone, or B. Question 8, the key of C major. Answer: scale degree 1, the tonic, or C. Question 9, the key of C major. Answer: scale degree 4, the subdominant, or F. Question 10, the key of C major. Answer: scale degree 5, the dominant, or G. Question 11, the key of D flat major. Answer: scale degree 6, the submediant, or B flat. Question 12, the key of E major. Answer: scale degree 2, the supertonic, or F sharp. Question 13, the key of F sharp major. Answer: scale degree 7, the leading tone, or E sharp. Question 14, the key of B flat major. Answer: scale degree 6, the submediant, or G. Question 15, the key of A major. Answer: scale degree 7, the leading tone, or G sharp. Question 16, the key of E flat major. Answer: scale degree 3, the mediant, or G. Question 17, the key of A flat major. Answer: Scale degree 2, the supertonic, or B flat. Question 18, the key of G major. Answer: Scale degree 1, the tonic, or G. Question 19, the key of B major. Answer: Scale degree 4, the subdominant, or E. Question 20, the key of F major. Answer: Scale degree 5, the dominant, or C. Level 3, Advanced Exercises for Ear Experts. We're going to continue the pattern here of gradually taking off the training wheels and throwing you into the pool, or something. This exercise is mostly identical to the previous one, except this time I will remove the tonic drone in the background. It turns out that the tonic was inside of you all along. Let the major scale create a sonic landscape for your ears, and then ask yourself where the pitch in the piano feels like it exists within that key. Revisit the instructions for level 2 if you need to, because all of those tricks apply here as well. For now, let me point out a few common mistakes that you're likely to make with this last exercise. Scale degrees 1, 3, and 5 are all part of the tonic chord when played at the same time. Because of this, you might hear a 5 and think that you're hearing scale degree 1, or you might hear a 1 and think that you're hearing a 3. They all sound relatively stable in the context of the key. The other scale degrees, on the other hand, have varying degrees of sounding unstable. 7 sounds very jarring, and it feels like it wants to move up to the tonic. 4 sounds like it wants to resolve down by a single note to the 3rd scale degree, so you might confuse it with 2. This is because the amen cadence in music involves scale degree 4 resolving down to scale degree 3. Listen to this example and ask yourself if you can hear the words amen being sung over scale degrees 4 and 3. To my ears, scale degrees 2 and 6 feel very similar, and I need to move them up or down the scale vocally to get a feel for which one I'm hearing. Listen to scale degree 2 moving down. Now listen to a low scale degree 6 moving up. If you're completely lost on this exercise, shame on you. Don't worry about it. Simply turn on your active listening ear and follow along with each example. Return here in the future with some more experience in ear training, and you might find it getting easier each time. If you'd like a deeper dive into scale degrees, I have a series of 120 progressive ear training videos available on my Patreon, which is on sale for 50% off this month, January 2026. That would be $15 US at half price or $30 at full price if you're listening to this in the future. The exercises come with a spreadsheet to track your progress, and I go far more in depth on how to recognize each individual scale degree in this series. Notice how I put my sales pitch near the end of this episode, not at the very beginning. You hear that, every podcaster ever? Anyway, good luck. You'll need it. Question 1. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 7, the leading tone, or B. Question 2. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 2, the supertonic, or D. Question 3. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 6, the submediant, or A. Question 4. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 6, the submediant, or A. Question 5. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 5, the dominant, or G. Question 6. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 1, the tonic, or C. Question 7. The key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 3, the mediant, or E. Question 8, the key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 7, the leading tone, or B. Question 9, the key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 2, the supertonic, or D. Question 10, the key of C major. Answer: Scale degree 4, the subdominant, or F. Question 11, the key of F major. Answer: Scale degree 2, the supertonic, or G. Question 12, the key of D flat major. Answer: Scale degree 1, the tonic, or D flat. Question 13, the key of E major. Answer: Scale degree 5, the dominant, or B. Question 14, the key of A flat major. Answer: Scale degree 4, the subdominant, or D flat. Question 15, the key of D major. Answer: Scale degree 6, the submediant, or B. Question 16, the key of B flat major. Answer: Scale degree 5, the dominant, or F. Question 17, the key of G major. Answer: Scale degree 6, the submediant, or E. Question 18, the key of E flat major. Answer: Scale degree 4, the subdominant, or A flat. Question 19, the key of B major. Answer: Scale degree 1, the tonic, or B. Question 20, the key of A major. Answer: Scale degree 7, the leading tone, or G sharp. Was that a descending C major 13 sharp 11 arpeggio that I just heard? You know what that means. It's time for some listener mail. I'd like to answer a music theory or ear training question from my patrons at the end of each podcast. I didn't expect to have any submissions for this first episode, but I actually had someone write in. Here it goes. Sharon from Indiana writes, "Hello, son. Proud of you for the pod course thing. Just wanted to remind you to change your furnace filter. Love, Mom." Oh, that's a great one. I'll definitely put that into consideration, Sharon. If you'd also like your questions answered, you can support me on Patreon for as little as $1 a month at the Joe Leaguer's Music Academy page. All of the music education content I have created is on there, obsessively organized into categories, as well as downloadable PDFs and courses on different subjects. I'll see you back here on the first Wednesday of every month. Unless, of course, nobody listens to this episode. If so, I'll see you back at the night shift at the bottling plant. Bye.